Hello and welcome to this edition of Filter Kaapi. Visakhapatnam is not called the city of destiny for nothing. This was the venue where Mahendra Singh Dhoni announced his arrival on the big stage with a blistering knock of 148 of just 123 balls in a one-dayer against Pakistan in April 2005. In fact, Sourav Ganguly had promoted Dhoni up the batting order to the number 3 position as soon as opener Sachin Tendulkar got out, and Dhoni took it as an opportunity as well as a challenge to prove himself. And over the next 155 minutes, Inzamamul Haq and his boys bore the brunt of Dhoni's attack. I interviewed Dhoni the next morning at Hotel Taj Residency, which is right there on the Ramakrishna beach in Visakhapatnam. With a lot of curiosity about the boy from Ranchi, I intended to keep the interview more about Dhoni the person than Dhoni the cricketer, because the world had seen the audacity of his cricketing prowess the previous day. I wanted to know the kind of mind that goes into planning that kind of range of audacious shots. Over 15 minutes, I remember, Dhoni gave the world a glimpse of what an uncluttered cricketing brain he was. If the ball was in his zone and deserved to be hit, Dhoni would hit it. If the ball was not in his zone, he would still perhaps go ahead and hit it. What made him special was that not all his shots that day were entirely textbook, but he even made the unconventional look very classy. Add to that, there was the energy, the raw power and the dynamism of youth. Not to discount, of course, the rock star-like image that Dhoni had with those long locks which were visible beneath his helmet. Did the shots figure in his dream last night? I remember asking him during the interview. Dhoni smiled and gave a very cheeky answer. He said it was a dream come true on the ground itself yesterday. In fact, if Dhoni had not hit that century or not scored big runs that day in Visakhapatnam, which was incidentally the first ODI century by a regular wicketkeeper of India, his place in the Indian team could have been under threat because he had not done much of note in the previous matches. In fact, that is pretty well documented in the movie made on Dhoni's life with Sushant Singh Rajput playing the title role. 14 years later, 2005 to 2019, Visakhapatnam, Vizag presented a similar challenge to a more mature Mahendra Singh Dhoni now. His Chennai Super Kings had to put aside a threat by a much younger lot of Delhi Capitals team to book a ticket to Hyderabad to play the IPL finals against the Mumbai Indians team. There is an interesting subplot even to this CSK versus the Delhi Capitals encounter which took place on Friday. Would Rishabh Pant, who is now the test match wicketkeeper and seen as a successor to Mahendra Singh Dhoni behind the stumps, he had shown flashes of an MSD at 2005 in the eliminator match against the Sunrisers Hyderabad on Wednesday. Would he match up to the master was a question on everyone's lips. Rishabh Pant did not disappoint, but with little support coming at the other end, he really couldn't do much of note against CSK. And yet again, Dhoni proved, though he did not do much with the bat, as a captain, as an astute cricketing brain and mind, that he pretty much owned Visakhapatnam, Vizag. Incidentally, and I was quite amused because Ganguly, as I said, was responsible for promoting him up the batting order, giving him that opportunity to shine in that encounter against Pakistan. Ganguly on Friday was in the opposite camp as the team advisor to the Delhi Capitals team. Of course, Dhoni and Ganguly did meet on the ground at the Vice Rajshekhar Reddy Stadium, and yesterday both of them were not on the same winning side. They were in 2005, but yesterday Mahendra Singh Dhoni had the last laugh. Do subscribe to Filter Kaapi for analysis on politics, on sports, on entertainment, on anything that interests and is of relevance to people in South India. Thank you very much for watching.